I got an email today about a guy making a movie called Cedar Boys, which is about a group of young Middle Eastern men in Sydney's outer west. I thought we should have a yarn about it because, firstly, it's an interesting subject, and secondly, there's a bit of a casting call going on for tomorrow. So online, I've got the writer and director of Cedar Boys, Serhat Caradee. G'day, Serhat. How are you, mate?
Hey, Spoonie. How are you, mate?
I'm pretty good, brother. What's going on?
Not much. It's come to the end of a long road for me, but we're getting there.
How long have you been working on Cedar Boys, mate?
Since 2002.
Whoa, that's a long gestation period. Where are you at now in terms of production?
We've just sort of worked out our crew and we've got our schedule. We're shooting June 16th.
Okay.
For about 25 days, over 5 weeks, but it's actually a 25-day shoot. We'll go into official pre-production next week, and I just can't wait.
Mate, it's a very big project. It's obviously, taken you years. Where are you? 6 years into it now.
Yeah, true.
When's the slated release for it? So how have you got
We're hoping by the end of the year.
Okay, get it out for the school holidays maybe. Now, just a quick background here. The idea of the movie is it follows 3 young Lebanese Australian guys from the outer suburbs who are kind of struggling.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, and they make a decision at some point that has some pretty serious ramifications. Now, I don't know what that decision is. Can you tell me?
Let's just say they come across an opportunity and they take a risk and,
And hopefully come a cropper in the end, yeah? I don't say that with any vilification, but obviously if you're making decisions that are possibly criminal, and I'm reading that into it, Serhat, that you're going to pay, right?
Well, put it this way, the boys aren't victims. Okay. And they're not criminals, although one of them is kind of like a hot-headed show-off. He's trying to make himself a bit of a name in the street. But, yeah, the other two, especially the characters, the story's told through the eyes of a guy called Tariq, and he's actually a hard-working panel beater. He works in the suburbs. He works hard. He lives with his family, and he's a good mate. And the bill is actually a contract cleaning carpet business. So they're actually got good jobs, good families. Okay. But it's just that they're just being sick of being misrepresented by the media, being marginalised, being excluded from certain clubs and places. And they just think the world is for everybody, and they just want a piece of it, really. Okay,
so it sort of tracks their stories, I guess. And mate, I understand that the content is somewhat controversial. Is that beyond the idea that you've chosen to set the movie with the characters you have and in the circumstances you have?
Okay, hang on a sec. What's the controversial part, Spoonie?
Well, with apparently your movie is a controversial Australian feature film. That's what your publicists have said, anyway.
In light of current events, I suppose it is, but it's not a really knee-jerk reaction to any kind of historical event that's happened in Sydney in the last couple of years at all.
But I understand, Serhat, that you were somewhat inspired by the Cronulla riots, were?
Well, the Cronulla riots didn't happen in 2002, so I couldn't have been inspired that much by it. Okay, fair. But in saying that, yes, you're right. The idea of being excluded, and there's a subtle form of segregation happening, you know what I mean, with these characters, and obviously it's come about from certain events in history and in Sydney as well. So yeah, there's kind of ramifications from that. Okay, now you've cast the major 3 guys in the movie. That would be Sam, Nabil, and the lead character Tariq. Not yet, no. They haven't been locked in yet. No, and that's what we're doing this big call out tomorrow. So we're just trying to find our big stars. Right, okay, my apologies, Serhat. I was under the impression that you had cast most of the other movie, but you were just basically looking for extras. No, we're kind of looking for some good Lebanese boys who can act as well, who've had a bit of experience. But we've cast, like the girls cast, the Rachel Taylor from Transformers, she's coming out. Okay. We're actually talking to some other big actors in America, Aussie actors working in America, to come out and join the crew as well, the cast. So we're actually looking for, right across the board for all cast members. Okay, all right. Well, we never know. We might even discover another Alex Dimitriadis artist. Well, I mean, that'd be awesome. And obviously, if there are some young guys, now you're looking for ages 20 to 27, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's correct, yeah. Okay, with a Middle Eastern background, who are available for a casting call tomorrow, is that right? That's right, yep, tomorrow. Okay, what times, mate? From 2 till 7. And that is at, if I'm not mistaken, the Urban Theatre Company in Bankstown, is that right? Yeah, Urban Theatre. They're actually run by Urban Theatre Projects. Okay. And they're in Bankstown. All right, so Sydney listeners, if you're between the ages of 20 and 27, you've got a Middle Eastern background and you want to be in a movie, it might be a good idea to rock up tomorrow. So that's Hackett House,
6 to 8 Old Town Plaza in Bankstown.
That's the one. Good
okay,
man.
So Wednesday the 30th, yes, tick, that's tomorrow between 2 and 7 p.m. You're asking if they've got any acting experience to bring along a CV, yeah?
Yeah, that'd be great, yeah. Just give us a bit of background to who you are. You might have done a bit of drama at school, maybe even worked at urban theatre projects or sidetrack theatre, something like that. Something that to give us an idea, at least they've had a bit of experience in the acting world.
Okay. Now, look, if anybody's interested and you missed those details, just drop us an SMS or something and I'll get Odie to shoot you off the details. But look, good luck with all that. So have you ever made a movie before, mate?
I've made about 4 short films, and 2 of them have gone to about 45 festivals here and overseas, and I won about 7 or 8 awards. So,
well, okay.
Plus I went to film school as well, so I studied directing at film school.
You're hardly a novice then, mate. Best of luck with all that.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it, mate. Take care.
Cheers.
That's Serhat Caradee, who's producing a movie. Oh, he's not producing it, writing and directing a movie called Cedar Boys. Let me just repeat those details. If you're in Sydney, you're between the ages of 20 and 27, and you want to act in a film about essentially your community, then drop in tomorrow. Now, this is between 2 and 7 p.m., so 2 tomorrow afternoon, the Urban Theatre Company, Hackett House, 6 to 8 Old Town Plaza in Bankstown. And if you've had any experience, bring along a CV. I look forward to seeing the movie. Totally.